Ms. Bordallo.
Thank you, Madam Chairman Fox and Ranking Member Slaughter and the members of the Rules Committee. And I thank you for the opportunity to testify here this afternoon on my amendments. I'm here to speak about two amendments. First, Amendment number 142 would grant U.S. Customs and Immigration Services with flexibility in extending H-2B visas on Guam. The amendment would extend these visas to employers who are doing work in support of the Marine realignment on Guam until the end of the buildup period. Over the past year, the Guam Department of Labor has noted a significant increase in the number of visa renewal denials. After intensive work with local and Federal partners, it was clear that there are obstacles that require relief so that USCIS would have flexibility in granting renewals. The significant increase in denials has already caused delays on military buildup projects, and we are seeing increase in timelines to complete projects, which has in some cases led to increased costs to complete projects. The amendment is absolutely critical to ensuring that realignment of Marines to Guam is kept on schedule, and more importantly, on cost. Guam simply does not have the labor to sustain the pace of construction activities, and it's extremely difficult to rely solely on imported labor from the mainland. A temporary workforce is needed to help keep the buildup on track. This amendment has been fully vetted with the Judiciary Committee, and both the majority and minority are supportive of this amendment, and there are no scoring or procedural issues with the amendment. So I would urge the Rules Committee to make this amendment in order. Additionally, I have offered the second amendment, 126, which is the text of H.R. 44 as modified, the Guam World War II Loyalty Recognition Act. As many members of this committee are aware, I have offered a version of this amendment in past years, and it has been included in previous defense authorization bills. My bill has provided for an offset, so this bill does not increase Federal spending. In fact, CBO says it would add to the Federal Treasury. Specifically, the offset that I have identified is the additional Section 30 funding above Fiscal Year 2014 levels that is received by Guam for Federal personnel stationed on the island. The offset would only impact my constituents. It's not an easy offset, but I take seriously the cost issues with the amendment that have been raised about this amendment. With the realignment of military personnel in the Asia-Pacific region moving forward, we expect additional Section 30 funds over the next several years as they bed down on Guam. Resolving this long-standing matter is the right move by this Congress to addressing the very difficult challenges that the people of Guam endured during enemy occupation for nearly 3 years during World War II. I would note that H.R. 44 has passed the House 5 times since the 110th Congress. Twice it is passed by a recorded vote. And I would further note that both votes showed overwhelmingly strong bipartisan support for this measure. It also passed 3 times by voice vote, either as an amendment or as a provision in the Defense Authorization Bill. So I do hope, Madam Chairman, that this committee can make this amendment in order and give the people of Guam a fair chance for an open vote on the floor of the House of Representatives. And finally, my staff has worked diligently over the last several days to address procedural concerns raised by the parliamentarians. It is critical that we bring this long-standing issue to a conclusion. So again, I urge, Madam Chairman, the committee to make this amendment in order so that we can debate it on the floor and move on with it. And I yield back.
Thank you. Ms. Davis.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And